Was a dark day, we were frightened, so much chaos, so many white men, caught off guard, no one knew what to say. How did it all get so crazy? Facts were absent, the air was hazy, we stood watching, tears streamed down our faces. While in the White House there was a tyrant glued to the TV, cheering the violence. When they pleaded, he refused to say a word. He just sat there in his fury, lashed out against us. The world was worried. We didn't know if we would make it through. The day they stormed the Capitol, they couldn't take it down, and now we're rising up in numbers much too numerous to count, and we are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. We are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. Now we're standing, we're united. Our elders showed us the most worthy fight is for our freedom, requires vigilance. We're courageous, growing stronger, not complacent. We serve with honor, and our power is the love that leads our way. The day they stormed the Capitol, they couldn't take us down, and now we're rising up in numbers much too numerous to count, and we are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. We are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. The day they stormed the Capitol, they couldn't take us down, and now we're rising up in numbers much too numerous to count, and we are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. We are taking back democracy, and we won't be backing down. Hi all. It is July 5th and it is Friday Night Live. Welcome to PNN, the Psychic News Network. I am your host, Annette Dion. I'm exhaling from really an entire week of nonstop, pretty much action. How you guys doing? I'm going to turn a little fan on. It's actually not bad here. Come on. Okay. So, if you love the song, share the song. If you don't love the song, share the song anyway, because that's an important message. I hope you all had a good week. I hope you had a good 4th of July. It's bittersweet. I know. I marched in 3 parades, as a lot of you know, and worked today, and just kind of getting my bearings. It's been quite a couple of weeks.
I think you all might agree. It's been quite a couple of weeks. It's been hard. It's it was really strange to be celebrating the 4th of July, our independence from a monarch, when the Supreme Court just okayed a monarchy, basically. So it's, oh, thank you for sharing the song. I appreciate that. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I don't even care if nobody knows that I wrote it, as long as nobody else puts their name on it. It's really important. It's a really important message. That song was channeled to me. I don't feel like I can claim complete ownership of it. But anyway, all in all, it was a good night last night. If you watch my video from yesterday, I channeled our founding fathers and people who have held the torch for democracy throughout American history, and I just picked the ones that felt like they resonated. I did go back and review a little bit of it before I just fell fast asleep, but I listened to what I channeled from Abraham Lincoln, and I was totally riveted. So I encourage you to check that out. I do that. This is the 3rd year in a row that I've done channeling our founding fathers and others in our history that have held the torch for democracy. It's just kind of a thing that I started to do. There's also Ruth Bader Ginsburg. I haven't listened to that, what I channeled from her, or Betsy Ross, or Martha Washington. John Lewis was there too. So check that out. It's from yesterday. I hope it inspires you. I hope it motivates you. We're in a real weird place. So my experience at the parade was 90% positive, but the odd thing was, I just want to tell you about it a little bit, that the last parade that I marched in was actually in the town that I just moved from, which is only about like an 8-minute drive from here. And I was pretty amazed that that's where I got the tension. I got a lot of tension, mostly support, but it's kind of a buttoned up community. It's a wealthy community, and not Manchester by the Sea, but Rockport. And a couple of times I encountered people that were hostile towards me, not in a violent way, but in a way like, I don't want to talk to you. I wasn't really trying to talk to them. I was just handing out these cards, and I was saying, let's save democracy. We don't need a king. We want our freedom. A couple of people literally just said they don't want anything to do with democracy. So I think that just hits me to my core. And I understand those of you who live in red states, how hard that is. My heart goes out to you because it's not easy. One thing that I think that you will notice is that when you're talking to somebody who is all MAGA and needs to believe in Donald Trump for whatever weird reason, which is that they're in a cult, the telltale signs are that when you're speaking with them about it, because I mentioned I encountered a couple people with Trump hats at the Manchester by the Sea parade yesterday morning. Across the board, this is what you'll notice. That everything that they say is not an original thought. Its origin is not from them. Everything this is telltale. This is the tell with somebody who's into MAGA. Everything that they say will be a regurgitated talking point. I couldn't believe that people who said they don't want democracy either. It's just like when you encounter people, Wildflower Wind is commenting, when you talk to people and they say, oh yeah, I want a dictator. They don't even know what they're talking about. So that was disturbing, but I can't really be down because most people were highly receptive. And I live in a very blue state, so most people are highly appreciative of what I was setting out to achieve. And the other thing I wanted to just share with you was that I had written a letter to the newspaper locally that did get published yesterday, complaining about the person who photobombed our sacred and traditional festival, 97 years now, with flying a Trump flag and photobombing the sporting events off of the beach. And I heard from somebody in town that there was a rebuttal letter, and I said, I don't need to read it. I don't need to feel like I did anything that was untoward because I was defending our religious celebration. Jason saying they should go to North Korea or Russia if they want that. So what's becoming really glaringly obvious to me is how, I don't know, naive, unaware, uneducated. I'm not really sure. Yeah, like Joe was saying now, I don't think they understand what giving up democracy means, and they do not. But on another note, I was pretty surprised. A lot of people know me in town that I don't really know who they are. I don't know why, but anyhow, just growing up here, and several people on the parade route said, "Great letter in the paper, great letter in the paper." So that was a shot in the arm. Let's pull some cards. I noticed today that I've pretty much for the most part given up on mainstream media. I've pretty much given up on the mainstream media, and I really want to encourage us all to just drop your viewership. Unsubscribe from the New York Times. Unsubscribe to every publication that is focusing on all the imagined faults of Joe Biden when he's the best president in modern history, and Joseph R. Biden is the only reason that we still have a democracy in America, and the mainstream media won't talk about his accomplishments. They won't talk about that. And I really feel that when they see their viewership numbers dropping like in big drops, that they're going to turn around. And this is the first thing I'm going to read on tonight. I'm going to read on the mainstream media. And I do recall reading on the mainstream media several months ago. And what I was reading on was, are they going to make a change? And I was asking the question in relation to all the YouTube pro-democracy channels and where they would be. And what I got at that time, yeah, CNN won't drop it. They're conspiring against democracy. And at that time when I read on this, I got that channels like Midas Touch and Brian Tyler Cohen, maybe Glenn Kirshner, Adam Mockler, Luke Beasley, like these amazing YouTube channels and podcasts would be taking the most of the viewership, most of the listenership away from mainstream media. And then I perceived this time when there would be a little bit of a struggle between the two. And that mainstream would try to hammer down the, pro-democracy channels. And then I saw the pro-democracy channels kind of win in that battle. The people have the power. The people have the power. So I'm going to pull 3 cards about mainstream media. And I apologize. It's not as loud as it has been today here, but I kind of live in the city and I'm boiling. So hang on a second. There's a nice breeze coming in. I just need it. So I'll talk loud with a lot of motorcycles go by. Mainstream media. Whether they're going to change their tactic. And I said months ago that I felt like somebody from Russia was working for the New York Times. Not just because it seemed that way, because I was picking up on that. I don't know why mainstream media wouldn't want to change their evil ways, because they would be shut right down under a fascist regime. Ten of Pentacles, Justice, Ten of Swords. Well, the Ten of Pentacles means they're going for the money. The Ten of Swords means that they're doing incredible damage. The mainstream media, they're going for the money, Ten of Pentacles, but as it's like two equal things. They're making a lot of money because they're used to making a lot of money for reporting said news, which isn't the news anymore, it's propaganda. But at the same time, they're hurting our democracy. That's what's happening. I actually feel like they're doing it to themselves. This is not benefiting anybody in any way that they're doing this. That they're just waxing all like, and I'm getting really strongly that they're kind of hardwired to do this for the clicks, for the viewership, for the people that are like all anxiety ridden. And it's kind of like watching a weather report when there's a storm coming. What's going to happen next? Where's the storm going to be next? And so that's what they're going on. And so, but it's not really benefiting them. It's just like keeping things in a state of like stasis. And then the Justice card is coming up, which indicates to me that more justice will be. I know it's hard for you to believe, but I'm not really talking about like the justice, like the DOJ. That I feel more like it's the type of justice where what I'm talking about starts happening. They start losing. They start losing. And so they're forced to become more just. And I'm feeling like that's going to happen more in the fall. I feel like that's going to happen more towards August, where they're going to start to behave more fairly. I get a strong sense that they'll start to feel scared themselves. I do feel that. Warren's calling for a group hug. We're on StreamYard tonight. It's hard for me to see the chat, so I apologize. Warren wants a group hug. I want to adjust this. I'm duct taped up tonight, so there's a risk that the whole thing is going to come tumbling down. I just want you to know my iPad holder fell off and broke at the last second. This is my life. So, 1, 2, 3. Group hug. All right. Let's have more people in America wake up. Let me do this. It'll help because I'm kind of coming out of the screen here. There, that's better. I wonder if we can accelerate it. I wonder if we can accelerate mainstream media getting off this anti-democracy trip. There's no reason on God's earth. Really think about it. There's no reason at all that they shouldn't be celebrating Joe Biden's achievements. There's no, I didn't break my iPad, Damon. How are you? No, the holder. It fell apart. So I had a duct tape moment right before I came on. I need a production crew. I really do. All right. I'm gonna ask the pendulum: is the mainstream media gonna get better on time? Are they gonna get better on time? I'm getting a yes on that. So the Donald today recently has said that he wants a military tribunal. At the same time he's like saying Happy Independence Day. He wants a military tribunal. I bet you most Americans don't even know what that is. Speaking of people being unaware. So we're going to look at what Liz Cheney's response will be. What other cards do I have tonight? Here are my malicious people cards. Hang on. Let's look at what's going to happen with Liz Cheney. Let's look at what's going to happen. What's going to happen with Liz Cheney, because Donald Trump is calling for military tribunals. What they're attempting to do is make America Russia. I wish I was joking. 3 cards about Liz Cheney's response to this. Well, the Queen of Swords is a woman who's very sharp with the tongue and intense and clear. There's nothing foggy about this. This is Liz Cheney against the emperor having no clothes. And there's going to be a kind of a battle of words between them. But she has the upper hand. Liz has the upper hand against the emperor. A battle of words between them. What I'm looking for more is if she's going to do anything. I do get that she's going to put tweets out and that kind of thing about Donald Trump to raise awareness of other Americans, not necessarily to wage battle with him, because that's kind of like a waste of time. Let me choose 3 cards about that. So interesting. So what I'm asking about is Liz going to do anything, like take any action against Trump? And the 4 of Cups indicates that America kind of missed the opportunity. America kind of missed the opportunity, unfortunately. Oh, so now Felon 34 is backing off from Project 2025. Yeah. The 4 of Cups. This is about Liz Cheney's. What is she going to do in response to Trump calling for a military tribunal? I don't get that she believes him. I don't get that she believes that he'll be able to pull that off, even if he won. We don't talk about that because it's a ridiculous idea. Thank you for your donation, Betty. But, you know, it's like the United States of America missed the opportunity to arrest Donald Trump on January 7th. I mean, let's be real. And the 6 of Cups indicates there's still a lot to... They have a ton to work with, the United States, in terms of what else they can bring against Trump, despite the immunity declaration by the corrupt and criminal Supreme Court. Okay, I'm going to make you all talk amongst yourselves because I'm seeing that my iPad is slipping. So go ahead and do that while I have a duct tape moment. I know, it's not easy. I might not be able to stay. We'll see. So it looks like there's so much evidence, you know, just he's such a criminal, and it's the most amazing thing ever that people want to support him. It's the most amazing thing ever. I'm gonna pull 3 cards about Biden. I don't really want to hear anybody ever talking about Joe Biden needing to drop out. That's anyone who says that has drunk the Kool-Aid. Biden's interview is at 8 p.m. tonight. So I'm pulling 3 cards about Joe Biden. We might have to cut it short tonight because my iPad is falling. My iPad is falling. My iPad is falling. I have the Magician here. I think we're going to see a calm and collected Joe Biden. Who's interviewing him? Yeah, they need to quit it with bashing Biden. Why would you bash somebody that's doing the best job ever? And the Ace of Pentacles. It looks like this is going to be a win for him. It does look like it's going to be a win for him. Just like the next day after the debate. Now, I just want to make you all aware that if you're on the Grassroots of Democracy email list, that I had put a link to an article about how that debate was kind of similar to a domestic violence situation. And it was quite abusive what was going on. So unfortunately, everybody, I am so sorry to tell you this, but I have to go because my iPad is falling. I'll come back tomorrow and do a short video. In the meantime, maybe catch what videos I've done over the past few days, and I'll see if I can remedy the situation. And tomorrow we have a class called Develop Your Psychic Skills. Please check it out at psychic.AnnetteDion.com, and have a great night. I love you all. See you.
I have sailed upon these waters, put my stakes into this land. There haven't been many others who can explore the way I can. I am a man of unconventionality.